sign up forms. This is going to be probably the top of the funnel for you where most people will be coming in. If you have another website, you can embed this form. If you have a social media, you can just have a link to this form as its own web page. There's many different ways you can get people to go through this form to sign up for your email list. So from sign up form, we want to go to form builder. But like I said, embedded forms, pop-ups, there's a lot of different ways that you can build this. But let's just go over to form builder first. We're going to select form builder. Now, I always found this a little bit interesting. Mailchimp has a lot of different versions of how they build stuff. So if we go to create, you'll see in a minute, the way they build like a web page is much more clean. This one's a little bit more rudimentary, and I think it's because you're able to embed it that they want to make it pretty simple like this. But let's go through how you do this anyway. So starting off, we have on the top forms and response. We're just going to call this sign up form. Yeah, that looks good. We can say let subscribers pick email format. I don't need to do that. We can disable new users from registering. No, we don't want to do that. We have a URL right there, so we can copy that. Eventually, we can have our own custom URL as well with our own domain, and we'll talk about that later in the video. But going down here, building the sign up form. Let's say we definitely want their email address. We definitely want their first name. We definitely want their last name. The address is hidden, so I guess we're not collecting the address or the phone number right now. And then we are collecting the birthday. So birthday is the big one I recommend having if you are like a restaurant or, many other businesses that might have like a birthday promotion. Restaurants are probably the easiest example here. So you can send out like a promotion and make that very automated based on when somebody's birthday is. And Mailchimp has great automations for that. Makes it super easy to do. But let's just say maybe we also want their phone number. Phone number's right there and it currently is hidden. So let's go down there. If we just click on phone number, we can make it visible and now we can collect phone number as well. So save that field. And so address, we don't need this at all. So I'm just going to click on that and we're going to click on the little minus button there, type in delete and say confirm. And now let's just say if you wanted to add something else, just for the sake of example here, we can go and let's say we want a drop down. I can click on drop down. It'll be added to the bottom. So if I just click on the new field and we go over to field settings here, you'll see we have a lot of things we can change the field label. So right now it's untitled. We don't want that. We want this to maybe be, let's just say, how did you hear about us? Let's say, how did you hear about us? How did you hear about us? And then we'll have a drop down. So field tag, we could just say, let's call this one sub source. It could be a required field if you want, or it could just be an optional field. I'll leave this as optional. It is visible. Any help text. We don't need any help text because it is a drop down. So they'll have predefined options here. And then the menu choices here. So we could say YouTube, we could say Instagram, we could say from a friend, and we can save that field. In addition, let's just click on phone number and some other things you can add like help text. I didn't add that for the how did you hear about us field, but we can say, please exclude dashes, right? So we'll say save field, and then we'll have that little help text in there as well. Save field. So if we copy this URL and then we go to a new tab and we paste it, it'll show us the form. So it's good to check this out. Email address, first name, last name, phone number. You might be wondering where the help text is. If you click on it, it actually just appears below. So let's close out of this. We have our field pretty much ready to go. We're going to make sure everything's saved. This is our sign up form. This is easy to just share this on social media, but it's probably going to look a lot better if you embed this somewhere else. But we can also go over to design it. If you want to make things look a little bit different, it's a very, very rudimentary design tool here, basically like HTML. So you can change like the background, the header, the outer wrapper, just like the color of it. Not a whole lot you can do here. I mean, there's other ways we'll design this in a little bit, but just for the basic, this is how we'd go about doing this. Of course, we also have the translate option. So if you have other languages, you can have that translated. I'm not going to do that because English is really all I would be marketing to here.